Once again, the cookie monster destroyed my microphone, and for some reason this video, the audio isn't the best. But I have actually ordered a new microphone, and it's arrived, which is why I'm talking on the new microphone right now. So yeah, sorry guys, cookie monster stole it. But yeah, enjoy the video. I'm really sorry about it. But, oh yeah, and also, remember, don't ever steal any of my cookies, alright? Thanks. Anyway, cool. Enjoy the video. Nice. Yeah. Fabrication, lies, deception. This week really has had it all. Who would have thought we'd be in this position? If you guys remember, only last week, James Charles was losing millions and millions of subscribers. In fact, he lost 3 million in like 4 or 5 days. In one day, he lost 1.2 million. Tati gained 5 million. To think then that happened, and then you think now, where if you check his social blade, he's gaining hundreds of thousands every few hours. It's a phenomenal difference. He's gone from the most hated person on the internet at the start of last week to now the start of this week, probably one of the most loved people on the internet. And after all these allegations came out, you know, that James was a predator, people saying James is a predator, James is forcing me to be gay, James is forcing me to feel a different sexuality that I don't have. You know, after all of this, people were saying there's no evidence really. You're taking screenshots and rubbing out or darkening some of the screenshots so that people can't see the whole story. You're taking out context. Now the situation may be a shock to many, but is it really a surprise? Welcome to James Charles versus reality, the most likely finale. James Charles is being pushed under the floor by everyone around him.
Going down amid the very public drama unfolding between him and Tati Westbrook.
Because of your negative comments online, I've almost quit doing the one thing that makes me happiest in life.
But this morning, he's waking up to a different reality, losing nearly 3 million of his 16.5 million subscribers since Friday.
James Charles has broken a record for losing the most subscribers in a day ever. Today, James Charles has lost, at the time of filming this, over 400,000 subscribers.
Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm going to try and be as raw, honest, and make this video as unedited as possible, except from, of course, adding in the slideshow. From cancelled video after cancelled video this week of people making it about James Charles, he has now finally came out with another video called No More Lies. Now, article upon article, news team after news team, I've seen it all over TV, all over Snapchat, all over Instagram, all over Twitter. James Charles's cancelled party, James Charles's over party. And this was because, of course, as many know, Tati made that video the other day in which he basically spoke about how, you know, James was acting in this predatory way, how even Jeffree Star came out obviously and said he was acting in that way, and by these two people coming together and saying this was the case, people started to obviously attack James and think that because two people said it, that it must be true.
You were talking in detail about things you wanted to do to the waiter, and when I said, James, he's straight, your response was, doesn't matter, I'm a celebrity. As we all know, there are two sides to every story. Until proof is there, people shouldn't make accusations. Just because you don't defend yourself, it doesn't mean you're not guilty. But in the new video he's made, he's actually spoken about every single point. He has broke down every point, from the predatory allegations in Seattle with that waiter to the Tati accusations in general and him promoting her product. In this video he explains everything. You now need to sit back, relax, grab some popcorn, because there's a lot of this that we need to break down. I'm going to try and simplify it as much as possible. Well, James made a response video, and his first one may have been terrible. His first one may have just been awful. Like I said in the previous video, probably one of the worst response videos I've ever seen. But it looks like now it was just because of emotion. It looks like because he was upset. He didn't really think. He made a video on the spot because he was upset about upsetting Tati. And he kind of accepted, you know, the blame for it really. But then he made another video. And in this video, called No More Lies,
he really does expose the entire makeup community. The video starts off really with James actually being quite open, quite honest, and it looks and appears like he's being actually very sincere. The video clearly is very thought out. He says about how Tati has said in the video that she initially made, that, you know, the one that was called By Sister, that he should change. He admits he should change. He admits he needs to get better as a person and grow as a person. But some things Tati brought up in her video, he said, were very, very wrong. And one of the things he brought up was the fact he said that he didn't apparently contact Tati, but he shows screenshot after screenshot after screenshot of him messaging Tati and Tati not responding. Now the first video Tati made, called By Sister, we all remember after that guy from Seattle who accused James of being a predator. The guy said that when he arranged to meet James and went to the hotel and obviously met him, James asked him to stay, the guy said no and he left. But then after, this person called Gage came out with a video on YouTube saying that he would felt pressured by James. He then showed screenshots between himself and James in which James apparently said to him, "You're gay." The story, however, isn't true. James didn't tell Gage he was gay. This is actually what happened. James debunks and exposes Gage for tricking James with receipts, showing that James was the one who was tricked, not the other way around.
But it was a trap to get me on FaceTime so he could illegally record the conversation to include in the video that he was planning later on. Like I said, at the end of the conversation, I asked Sam how he came to this conclusion, and then he told me he was not fully gay, to which I hung up out of frustration. Later on, he texted me saying he was confirmed bi. This is why, in Sam's video, he included a screenshot of me telling him I did not think he was fully straight. This comment had a lot of people really upset and confused as to why I was telling somebody their sexuality, but there's a very simple explanation. Sam and I talked for a very, very long time, and his sexuality, like I said, wavered a lot. Every time that he was a little bit confused, we had open and honest conversations about it, and he always asked me my input, and I gave it to him. I would never out somebody, and I have never, ever tried to manipulate somebody's sexuality, including his.
Talking in detail about things you wanted to do to the waiter. And when I said, James, he's straight, your response was, doesn't matter, I'm a celebrity. So freaking gross.
The I'm a celebrity thing is really incredibly frustrating to me because this is an inside joke between my friends and I that Tati has also participated in, and she twisted this to be something far worse than what it is. This is the joke that really is where we say I'm famous, not I'm a celebrity, and it's something that we don't say in public very often because without context, I get it, it looks and sounds really, really bad, trust me. Literally, famous is synonymous with anything good. So yeah, if my YouTube video does well one day, my friends will say, oh my God, James, you're so famous. But literally, if my friend takes a good Instagram photo, oh my God, you're so famous. If our boneless buffalo wings at Chili's are extra delicious one day, oh my God, these wings are so, so famous. It has nothing to do at all with fame, power, or money, which is what Tati alluded it to being. And it is so frustrating that she turned an innocent and funny inside joke that she has participated in into something so beyond disgusting.
The inside circle of the makeup community, he didn't literally mean I'm famous as in I've got loads of supporters, loads of followers. And Tati took the situation and manipulated it and basically put it in her favour to kind of basically say that he was saying it because he was famous. And like I mentioned, he said it, yes, but there's no context here. She didn't mention the fact that they used this word lots and lots of times in all of their conversations. And in this video, once again, he debunks it by showing screenshots between him, Tati, and other people. Debunked again, James proving them wrong once again, and Tati again looking like she's lying and manipulating this sort of situation to benefit herself. It's a video you should make where if you're trying to make a response video, this is really the way you should do it. Now we all know there wasn't proof at all, really, except the odd screenshot here and there that James was apparently being predatory, which he's proven and debunked in this video. But one point I want to make particularly is that on the internet there were lies and lies and lies about James. There was one tweet that got thousands of retweets. I think maybe even hundreds, over 100,000 favourites or likes or whatever you want to call it on Twitter. And it got to a point where it doesn't matter what anybody says is believed if it's about James. There were people making YouTube videos saying about their experiences of dating him when they wasn't even dating him, like they met him in some after party. There were people across the entire internet just making up stories. And it got to a point where people were tweeting out, James did this, James did that, and people were like, oh my god, I can't believe it. They wasn't even thinking, where's the evidence? They're thinking, oh my god, I can't believe that happened to you. Oh, I'm so sorry. Who do I think is at blame here? Who do I think is going to lose out here? I think who's going to lose out is Tati, Jeffree Star, and some of the other makeup community people. I think, to be honest, miraculously, by a huge miracle, that James Charles may actually benefit from this situation. I would never have thought last week that I'd be saying that. Annoyed someone in that community. He maybe annoyed Tati because of promoting her brand. Maybe he annoyed Jeffree Star. Who knows? He annoyed someone. And I feel like they just thought, you know what, we've had enough. We want him to get out of the makeup community. I don't actually think that he had deserved any of this, and I do want to say on behalf of everybody again to James Charles, the internet is sorry that they believed these accusations against you. The last thing I want to get onto before I end the video is Jeffree Star. Now, Tati is to blame, Jeffree Star is to blame. There's a load of other YouTube makeup bloggers that are also to blame for this ousting of James Charles. But one person in particular to blame is Jeffree Star. As I said earlier in the video, he claims that he is not to blame for this, how he has all of these receipts on James and everybody else. But my question to you is this, Jeffree. Where are they? You made a video last night saying you had all these receipts, but you've not posted them. You know why you haven't posted them? Because either they were false, or you've realised that James has completely debunked everything you and Tati and everybody else said about him, and you have nothing else to say. Maybe this is why you're now trying to be friends with him. And maybe you, Jeffree, shouldn't be such a hypocrite where you say to James, oh, why are you going after straight guys, but then you go and do it yourself. Maybe you shouldn't be such an idiot on the internet where you post tweets about James pretty much calling him a predator. And then when it started to all fall apart for Jeffree, he decided to make this pathetic video in which he basically apologises for the situation and says he shouldn't have got involved. After this and deleting lots of tweets, it's definitely a sign of him backtracking, realising now that James is winning the argument.
I also owe an apology to you guys. I owe an apology to my audience for bringing something public and for inserting myself in someone else's beef, drama, situation, whatever you want to call it. I should have kept my mouth shut, and I didn't. So I want you guys to learn from me, because you know I'm the first person to apologize and own up to my mistakes. I have had an insane, crazy past, and all the stuff that I said I will be sorry for until the day I die, okay? And for me, that means I need to let go moving forward. I cannot let old me and old feelings regurgitate and bring me into a dark place. I know who I am, and this beauty community right now is suffering, and I'm really sad that everything is going on. And I know that may be hard to believe because there's so many people that have opinions. They think that I get off on drama. They think that anytime there's a situation, I insert myself. It's been a really quiet year for me, and I didn't want this to happen, and I should have known better.
I really do think this is the fall of the makeup community as a group. I don't think it's a fall of makeup vloggers necessarily, but I think it's a massive fall in not only the community being together, but as in people's trust, people's support, people's respect for those that are in the community. It really has taken a massive fall, and to be honest, I don't know if it can be recovered, and if it does get recovered, it's going to take a very, very long time. This is a huge lesson to anyone and everyone on the internet. Do not believe everything you see. There are always two sides of the story. In this situation, everyone blamed James, but no one really listened to James, and if only James made the apology video that he made on the second time, the first time, I think he wouldn't have even lost his 3 million subscribers. I think he lost his subscribers because people hated his apology video, and kind of because he didn't say, I didn't do these things. People just thought he did, and they thought that because he wasn't defending himself that he was guilty. But like I said, this is a lesson to everyone. Don't believe everything everyone says. Don't believe people just because you follow them on the internet that what they're saying is true. And like I said to James, this, you know, on behalf of everybody, as I've said now for 2 or 3 times, we're sorry that we believed other people. And I really hope now that the people, Tati and Jeffree Star, I don't like the cancel culture, but they have dragged him down with false allegations, and it may have only been a week, maybe a bit more, but this has been terrible for him, and I genuinely feel sorry for him. Now, we'll make more videos on it, of course, if this continues to happen, but hopefully this is the finale of the James versus Tati drama. But of course, guys, I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you do want to watch the full video that James made, which is a good response video, as I said, check in the description box below, or just search on YouTube James Charles and you'll find his video very, very quickly. But like I said, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, remember to like it, remember to subscribe, and of course, until next time, remember, eat all of your vegetables. I think I stand for the whole YouTube community when I say to James, I am sorry for believing the lies of everybody else.